Hey guys, Starboard here. Today I want to go over a quick guide for blood rune crafting quality of life. Now, in this guide, I assume that you know how to blood rune craft and you have the requirements, which are 77 rune crafting, 100% Arceus favor, and definitely 73 agility. Graceful is a plus. Now, there are a few things to note here. Playing on Runelite is an advantage because that's what I'm going to use for this mini guide. So first of all, I want to go over the few plugins that we're going to use that are already part of Runelite. The first one is the agility plugin. You can see the rocks are green. It's just easier to see where to click with the agility plugin. The second one is anti-drag. Now if you search anti-drag in the bar in Runelite, it'll come up, or it's the fifth one. If you set the drag delay to 15 or more, you can see that it takes a couple, like 15 milliseconds for the chisel to actually move when I click to drag it. That stops it from moving when I break essence up. So let's go ahead and start a full trip here. The third plugin we're going to use when we run to the blood altar is called camera, and we're going to zoom the camera out all the way. So we're going to go under the camera plugin. Have the vertical camera on and expand the outer zoom limit to 400. That will ensure that we can only click twice after we get our 2 full inventories of essence. You can click twice and get to the blood altar, which is a long walk or run. There's our first inventory of dark essence. Now I click right by this rock where you climb the rock, and then just spam click the chisel onto the dark essence block. Now if you didn't have the anti-drag feature on, the chisel can move all over the place if you're not precise with clicks, and after hours and hours of this, most people aren't. So having that anti-drag on 15 milliseconds or higher is good. You see how the agility things are highlighted? Well, they're too far away, like this one. They'll become unmarked because they're not loaded into Runelite, the little area you're in. So with object markers on, press shift and mark the object. That way you can still see which object to click on even if you're away from it. And you'll see how useful that is. If you have to mine essence over here, this agility thing goes away because it's too far away. So you still know exactly what rock to click on, instead of clicking on these on accident, which I've done, and then not going around, but coming up here. It's just a little time save. Another suggestion is to bring the explorer's ring for the energy in case you mess up and run the opposite direction that you should have. Okay, now we have 2 full inventories, the one we chiseled and the other one. You can only chisel one inventory at a time. A stack of 108 is the highest you can have. Now, with the vertical camera zoomed out all the way, we can click over here and it'll take us almost all the way to the blood altar. Just one click. That's why having the camera outer zoom limit to 400 and the vertical camera checked off is nice. Because you have a lot of AFK time, even more so than normal. You only have to click twice to get to the altar. So now, once the altar loads, it'll be right here. Once it loads, you can click on it. There it is. Click the altar. And that's it. 2 clicks to make the blood runes. Now, after you make the first inventory, you spam click again to chisel them into essence fragments. And then the tile marker shows you where to click because the agility thing is gone. Tile markers are way better than the agility things anyways. There's one more quality of life tip I want to share with you guys, and that is being on the RKS spellbook while you're doing this grind, because you can actually use the home teleport to get to the dark altar faster than if you were to run up here. So every 30 minutes you can use the home teleport to RKS. And you'll see I end up right here, and then I just venerate the essence and chip it on the way back. That does mitigate some run energy loss over time if you're lower than my agility. I'm 90. I can generally keep the agility up no problem when I do this. Yeah, I wanted to throw that in there, make sure I didn't miss that one. I hope you found this useful for quality of life during blood rune crafting. As always, like, comment, sub. If you want to see more content like this, we have a lot of it on the channel. And of course, I do have my one chunk account, which is Chunktown. I'm in chunk 10 on that right now. So if you fancy, I'll see you in Chunktown.